Through the Through the course of our webinars, we've had a lot of participants and we still have people joining us for the first time today. So please, if you were with us last week, if you were with us the first weekend, drop third time in the chat box. And if this is your second time, you put second time. And if you're joining us today, you write first time in the chat box. Also, please comment so I will know you are here with me today. Welcome. I'll be calling a few people to briefly give us key lessons from any of the sessions they've attended previously. So please, if I call you, you will tell us maybe something you took home from our previous session. Okay, Akpezi Olabi, please kindly unmute. You'll be asked to unmute yourself. So please unmute and give us one lesson you've learned through the course of this webinar. Welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. As if I knew. Somehow I just knew my name will be called. Okay, so one key lesson for me is you cannot step into a level you are not prepared for. I heard that from the last class. It's we all want to step up. We want to step up, but a few of us are really preparing for that step up level when it comes. So that was one thing I kept reminding myself all through the week. You cannot step into a level you are not prepared for.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nana Messi, you'll be asked to unmute. Kindly unmute and tell us something you've learned through this session of webinars. Are you there? Okay. Ayodele, I don't know if you've attended any of the sessions. If you've not, okay.
Hello, yes. No, I've not attended. It's my first time.
All right, welcome. Please let's know what are you expecting to gain from today's session? What do you hope to gain from today's session?
Well, so I hope to get quite a number of things. So I'm not looking it up into a particular box. I'm just putting my head learning
up. All right, welcome. Welcome. Yeah. Olushola Joshua, please, you'll be asked to unmute. Kindly unmute your mic and let's hear what you have for us. Give us some lessons you've learned, key lessons you've gotten from this webinar. This is your third time. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening. On the first day, I learned how to brand myself, call myself, address myself, who I really am. Then during the second lesson, so much to learn too. I learned about the different levels of occupational level, the 4 occupational levels, and the fact that at any point in time as an adult, you should have, worst case scenario, you should have something that pays your bills. Okay. And what really got me, what stuck to me during the last class was the fact that everybody has unfair advantage and unfortunate disadvantage. That's I was watching the video, the play yesterday, and I didn't know when I had to type and put it in the group chat that really got me thinking. Mm-hmm. And I've started looking at, okay, what are my unfair advantages? What are my unfortunate disadvantages? What do I need to go do to take advantage of the 2 sides of the coin? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Adeola, please, you'll be asked to unmute. Kindly unmute and let's hear what you have for us. Give us some key lessons you got from our webinars. Thank you. Adela. Okay, Sally, please, you'll be asked to unmute, kindly unmute and tell us something you've learned through the seminar.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening, welcome.
Okay, so it's been an exciting journey on this seminar, and my key questions has been competence builds confidence. And for us to be competent, we need to know the skills we have and be able to upgrade on those skills to stay relevant. That's my summary. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for all the feedback. Thank you. So today we won't be wasting much time. Let's meet our speaker for today. Bolutife is an experienced career advancement consultant who has managed several projects focused on connecting young professionals, university graduates, and high school students with their best fit career and study options, both locally and internationally. She's the convener of the Building Money Muscle series, a monthly gathering of professionals in pursuit of geometric career progression through imbibing the principles of excellence in the workplace. She's also the founder of the 360 Guide Limited, which offers bespoke coaching, training, and recruitment services for individuals and institutions. Diolu has previously worked as a lecturer in the Federal College of Animal Health, a recruitment advisor with Lancaster University, a director at Key Learning Solutions, and currently consults for the Street Business School, a leading NGO in the United States of America and Uganda. She's passionate about education and equipping young professionals with the knowledge and skills required to advance their careers geometrically. She's a prolific speaker, a writer, and an inspiration to many. I'm sure a lot of us here can confirm that. With your favorite emojis in the chat box, join me as I welcome Bolutife to the podium this evening. Welcome, Ma.
Thank you so much, Chinasa. Thank you. Thank you for the emojis in the chat box. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for celebrating me. I celebrate you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm super duper happy. I hope you're as happy as I am to be here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming again. And I think I'm most excited because this is the last series of the webinar. And I know that many people that are here were here for the first, the second, and now for the third. It shows me something that you've gained something of value, because if you had not gained value, you wouldn't be back here. So I want to celebrate everybody. It's not easy for you to commit to something and then for 3 weeks in a row, no Owambe, you know, all the meetings, so many things you could be doing. You could be cooking, you could be cleaning, you could be sleeping. Sleep is important. You could be doing all of those things, but you chose your career. You chose to learn. You chose to know more. And I cannot but celebrate you especially. And let me tell you, see, I've been so excited about today, and I've personally been holding myself back. You know, when someone is so excited, I don't want to spill the, what do you call it now? Spill the something out of the something, the cat out of the bag. Yes, I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, right? So I said, you know, don't let me see anything before I'll just unveil it. So what I'll say to you is this: you're here today. See, if your network goes off, go and find another network, because I have something for people that are attending tonight only. For people that have attended tonight only, some people have reached out to me to say, oh, sorry, I won't be able to make it. I'm like, well, you watch the replay and the replay will be equally valuable. But for those that are here, I have something for you. And I'll tell you, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned because it's mind-blowing. Okay, so I'm going to start today, as usual. I'm going to start with why we're here, who we are and why we're here. Now, at the 360 Guide, we are building a community of excellent individuals that are experiencing fulfillment in their career and finances. That is our vision. That is what we want to do. And that is why you keep seeing us hosting free events, webinars, seminars, paid events, webinars, seminars. We're training, encouraging, reaching out to people, looking for organizations that are looking to recruit and then fixing the right people in there because we want people to be happy. We want to change the narrative in Africa. Yes, that's what we are. That's what we are looking at. We are creating a place for Africa, a place for professionals to thrive. We don't want you to just be excellent. I've seen excellent people that are not making money, that are not on the kind of jobs that they should be working on. We are here at 360 Guide to change this narrative. So welcome to the 360 Guide. If this is your first time of experiencing the 360 Guide, I want to welcome you. I'm super excited. I saw a couple of people that said, this is my first time. Oh my God, we're excited to have you. We're super duper excited to have you. Just stay, enjoy what we have for you. And I'm sure that you will be stuck with the house. I know you'll be stuck with us. We never lose anybody. People are always around us and we know that you will definitely want to stay. All right, so we're going to be going straight into today's webinar. Before I go, you know the deal. If you have a friend that you love, if you have somebody that you like, just go to your WhatsApp now, just chat the person. Come on board now. Like, just log in now. No matter what you're doing, just log in. You don't want to miss this. And I'll say this to you. The replays of each of the events that we run, I watch them. I go back, I watch the replays because I learn from them to myself. But the energy from watching a replay and from being in a live session is totally different. The energy is absolutely different. And that is why I'm encouraging you, if you have people that you love, encourage them. If you have friends on the group, maybe you signed up together and the person is not here yet, just drop the person a message to say, we are live, we are live, come in now. We are live, just get on board right now. Okay, so to today's deal, we're going to move very fast today. Because the things we want to cover CV writing, we want to cover LinkedIn, we want to cover job search, we want to cover interview skills. Can you imagine? We want to cover a whole lot of things. It means that we're going to be moving very fast. Now, let me prepare your hearts, right? We might not be able to, I can't teach you the whole of CV writing in 1 hour. CV writing alone, I can't even teach you CV writing in 2 hours, right? But I'm not going to leave you stranded. That's a promise. I'm not going to leave you stranded tonight. I'm going to ensure that you have something tangible that you're taking home. Nobody would attend tonight, this seminar tonight, and then the person will feel like, oh my God, I know what to do, but I don't know how to. I'm not going to leave you stranded. So just stay with me. Get your notebooks, get your jotter, make sure that your heart is here. If your child is disturbing you, just give them biscuit and juice. And make them, before you give them the biscuit and juice, make them promise that they will not disturb you till you finish. Then you give them the biscuit, or you put a chair beside you, let them sit down beside you and listen along. All right, let them also prepare for their careers in the future. Don't mind me. All right, so today's topic is how to command your dream salary with the career accelerator combo. Now, we are commanding. There is a stand that you take. There is a knowing that you come into, that you begin to command your dream salary. So somebody that just joined the group during the course of the week reached out to me yesterday. She was calling me, she was calling me over and over again. She was calling me and, I was in a meeting and eventually I reached out to her to say, what's going on? And she said to me, oh my God, she wishes that she had watched the video because she came into the group during the course of the week. And then she said she wished that she had seen the replays before she put in a job application she just put. Because even from the first 2 that she has watched the replay already, she can already see the things that she got wrong. So for people that are joining us for the first time today, please ensure that you go back, and watch the replay of the first and second sessions. Ensure you go back and you find time to watch the replay of the first and second sessions. And I'm not saying this just because, well, I want you to see my face. No, I'm saying this because it will totally change your game. Now, when you've watched the first and the second session and you've begun to implement the things that were talked about in those sessions, you now go from the person that is seeking a job to somebody that is commanding the kind of job that they want. And that is what I'm here to teach you today. Today is like the icing on the cake, the finishing touches. Many people, they focus on the finishing touches. They don't focus on the real deal. Slide 1, slide 2. Those are, sorry, session 1, session 2. That's the real deal. This one is the icing. Who wants to eat a cake that is all icing? There is no cake inside, only icing. How would you like that kind of cake? I want you to respond. If somebody gave you a cake, you have a birthday cake, and the entire cake is icing, how would you like that cake? Let me see the icing lover, the icing lovers, the sugar lovers in the house. All icing cake, how many people will love it? Let me see you. No, somebody says sad. Yes, it's gonna be so sad. Somebody says that's Jedi. Oh my God, it's incomplete, right? The cake is the real deal. The cake is the solid deal. Now, even though we like the cake, right? We like the cake. How many of us want a cake? Like you just want only the cake. It's your birthday. Oh, it's not just, oh, I feel like eating cake. On your birthday, imagine yourself clocking 50, your 50th birthday. How many of you would like a cake, you know, just the solid part of the cake, no icing? 50th birthday celebration. How many people would like that? Let me see your responses. 50th birthday, your friends are coming. Some people are flying in from all over the world to celebrate you. And then you have a 3-tier cake, solid cake, beautiful cake. Yeah, somebody says it's not good for the pictures. Yes, nah, I don't want it. We don't want that kind of cake. But that is, see, we have 2 extremes of people right now. A lot of people belong to one of the 2 extremes. So we have the branding people that will just brand themselves, icing only, such that when recruiters see them and then they taste them, they're like, you're too sweet, we don't want you. We have that category of people. Then we have the category of people that they focused so much, they've built themselves, they are solid, rock solid in what they do, no branding. So they just look like the cake loaf and the recruiter is like, I want a cake. Yes, I want you, but I want you well branded. So today I'm going to teach you how to put the icing on the cake through your CV, your LinkedIn, your job search, and then interview skills. Sit back and enjoy. I'm going to enjoy this, right? We'll enjoy the ride together. Now, for those that are just joining us, the past sessions that we had, the first session was leveraging the power of personal branding to secure your dream job. How do you leverage? Who are you as a brand? What does it mean to be a brand? That's the first session. The second session is unleash a rapid career growth with the 5 pillars of personal development. You need to go back and watch these 2 sessions. If you miss them, you don't have any excuse. Like your future self, your career will not forgive you for not watching the 2 sessions. Go back and watch them. And today we are commanding because we've leveraged, we've unleashed. Now we are commanding. So we are commanding our dream salaries. It's time. It's time for you to face a recruiter and say, yes, how much would you like to earn? And you say, for this role, I wouldn't like to take anything less than 500,000 naira home. And then the recruiter says, oh my God, but we advertise 150,000 naira. Then you begin to show the value that you're bringing to the table. Because you know yourself as a brand, you know what you're worth, because you've unleashed your capabilities on the inside of you. You're a different person now. And I'm not telling you theory, I'm telling you something that has happened to me. I'm telling you something that has happened to people around me, and that can definitely happen to you if you align yourself, if you arrange yourself, organize yourself the right way. We're moving ahead. If your friend is not here, you're doing your friend a disservice. All right, now there's a popular quote I would like to share with us today, and it says, men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. And this, who can guess where this quote was taken from? It's taken from a book. If you can guess the book, I'll give you a gift. I'm going to give you a gift. Men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. Which book was it taken from? It's a quote from a book. A quick guess. Let me see. Man of action. I can see a guess. Oh, somebody got it straight. The richest man. Yes. Richest man in Babylon. The richest man in Babylon, that was authored by George Clason. All right. Now, this particular quote, came from a story, and you should read that book if you've not read it. The richest man in Babylon. You should actually read it. Okay. So, this quote came from somebody, in the book. I don't want to go so deep into the book, right? But, somebody had insinuated that, some people do get lucky. Someone insinuated that, some people just get lucky. Some people are just lucky, right? They're just lucky and then good things happen to them. And while the person was saying that, his friend retorted and tried to show him that men of action are actually favored by the goddess of good luck. Opportunities happen to everybody. For people that are Christians, I know even Muslims, I think this is taken from the Old Testament. So it's also, the Muslims also believe in this. He says, time and chance happen to them all. All of us have two gifts. Every man on earth has two gifts. We have the gift of opportunity and we have the gift of time. Everybody gets an opportunity. Everybody has the gift of time. The question is, what do you do with your opportunities? What do you do with the time that is allotted to you? And I'm saying this to you, not as a motivational speaker. I'm saying this to you as a fellow individual walking the face of the earth. What are you doing with the gift of time? What are you doing with the gift of opportunities that are passing around you? Every single day, there are jobs in your field. Every single day, there are opportunities to advance, opportunities to do this and do that. The same way it appears to your friend that got the job is the same way the opportunity is appearing to you. But the person who gets the job is better prepared. My mentor, one of my mentors will say, POUR is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. When you continue to pass over opportunities repeatedly, then you become poor. Because today there is a job and then you're not able to take that job because you're not prepared. Tomorrow, there is an opportunity for this, you are not prepared. You know everything that you should do, but you are just never prepared for opportunities. Time and chance, everybody has opportunities. The question is, what are you doing with the opportunities? I have a training on opportunities, different levels of opportunity. I don't know, maybe sometime for those that will stay with me on the network, I will take you through, different levels of awareness to opportunity. And it would open your eyes to something different. I hope that very soon, sometime in the future, I'll be able to take people on that. But for now, we'll leave that out of it. Now, like I said, this was authored by George S. Clason, and then it's from The Richest Man in Babylon. What are you doing with the opportunities? There is nothing, there's something such as good luck, right? But when you look at it, in depth, when you look at it deeply, it's not really luck. Some people get lucky once in a while. There are people that create their own luck. Now in the book, the author or the man telling the story, he explained something. He said, when you go to a casino, right? When you go to a casino, who is the richest man in a casino? We all know what a casino is, right? Do you know what a casino is? I hope we do. A casino, like a game house where you play all sorts of games with cards and dice. And then when you play it, then you get the opportunity to win. Like it's almost like the luckiest man or the winner takes all. Yes, we've seen it in movies. Thank you. So it's like, who is the richest man in casino? Thanks, Sad. Good to have you. Yes, like you see in Vegas. Who is the richest man in a casino? Can anybody guess? Who is the richest man in a casino? The richest person in a casino? Any guess? Okay, for those of us that are in Nigeria, right? Let me put it this way. Who is the richest person? Thank you, Abiola. Thank you so much. It's the owner of the casino. No matter how many times you play, the owner of the casino will always be the richest person because this person has sat down to create his or her own opportunities. The owner of Bet Naija is the richest man in Bet Naija. The owner of a betting company is the richest person in that company. So we need to be wise. We need to learn to create our own opportunities. We're going to move very quickly. Like I said, I'm trying to really beat time. Now, why should I care? Because I need to remind you again, why should I care? We talked about this last week. Why should I care about a CV? Why should I care about my career? Because every man needs a sense of purpose. You need that sense. You need to feel fulfilled. You need money. You need money to do the things you want to do in life. You need doors of opportunity to open up to you. You don't just want to be there. You know, the job you were working on last year, you are still in the same position, doing the same thing. You're there this year, 10 years after, you're still on the same position. You don't want to be that person. You want global relevance. We want to travel. And I don't just want to travel. I want to travel. I want people to recognize me when I travel to say, oh, this is Biolu of 360 Guide Limited. Or this is Biolu, the tech guy. This is Biolu, the, whatever it is that you want to be. You want people to know you, people to recognize you for your craft. And finally, we all want to live life on our terms. I'm still going to repeat this to you at the end because I really want to drum this into us. Now we go to the first item today, and that is your CV. What should your CV look like? A good CV should, it's time to write. I hope you have your jotters. I hope you have your jotters. A good CV should truly represent you. A good CV is a true representation of you. Many people have wonderful CVs, excellent CVs, that when you look at the CV and you look at the person, you can't even marry it. They don't look alike because you've paid a consultant to write your CV. And the CV is so good, it's looking so good, but your own, you have the CV, even the CV cannot recognize you, right? So a good CV is one that recognizes you. And now why should it represent you? Sorry, why should it represent you? Because if you don't match your CV, no matter how many interviews you get into, you will get out. So you need a CV that will represent you and get you into the job. Secondly, a good CV must instill confidence in you. This is something many people don't know. When you are done with your CV, something on the inside of you should rise and say, yes, this is who I am. Yes, this is me. If your CV, you've not read through your CV at one point or the other and it made you feel this way, your CV is not good enough. Anytime I hear my profile being read, there's something that says, yes, this is who I am. Your CV needs to make you say, yes, this is who I am. This is what I've done. The third thing is it should incite interest in you. Now, your own CV might be making you happy. Is it making the people that are seeing the CV interested to say, I want to meet this person? A good CV must incite interest. Now, what makes a CV stand out? What makes a CV stand out? The first thing is who you are. Who you are will make your CV stand out. And it means that your CV must have a clear vision and mission reflected in your professional summary. Your professional summary must reflect your vision and your vision and your mission. Now, I'm not going to go deep into this because we've already explained this, in depth in the first session. And we also even gave people the opportunity to write out their vision and their mission. We corrected it, put in some corrections and all of that. For many people that did, you had the long one. That's the long vision, right? Remember that for your CV, you need to shorten it a little so that it doesn't take up too much space. You are looking at a maximum of maybe 50 words, 50 to maybe 100 words. It should even be up to 100, about 50 words at most, for your professional summary. So for the one on your CV, for your LinkedIn, it's going to be a lot longer, and we'll still talk about that later. Now, the next thing is you want to build a good framework. Now, I would always say when you're developing your CV, if you're not a tech guru with a PhD in Microsoft Word, use a template. Get a template and use it to develop your CV. So many times, you know, the simple, when you just open up your Word document fresh, and then you put in your name and all of that, many times it looks too bland. Many times it's just too bland, like there's nothing interesting about the CV. But when you use a template, it helps you. But actually for building a good framework, right? Because that also falls under branding. Now, for a good framework also, what I want you to take note of is that I always advise that you use a template, because all the components of a good CV are on most templates. You can find templates on Microsoft Word. You can find it on Google Docs. You can find some templates off the internet. I also have a template that I sell for a 360 guide for people that might want to buy that. So you can get templates for your CV from different places, right? So ensure that you use a template, because a template has all the major headings that should be in your CV. And many times it has it in a good order. So let me just give you some of the what your framework should look like. The first thing on your CV that we need to see is your bio. That is your name, your address, and then your email address and phone number. So for your name needs to be bold. It needs to be big so that easily anybody that looks at it knows that this CV belongs to this person. The next thing is your physical address. Your physical address, you don't have to give us all the details. Don't give us number 3. We're not coming to greet you, right? We just want to have an idea of where you live. So just a general idea of the area and the state, or maybe the state and the country is enough. So you put that in, and then you put in your email address that is decent. We don't want Roscoe Dabo Coloboso it doesn't make sense. Your name and surname at gmail.com, your name and surname your initial and something easy to pronounce. And it's very important, because there are times that, okay, don't let me go in depth right now. All right, so a decent email address that makes you look like a serious person is what you should use. So if you don't have that, go ahead and create one, right? And then after your bio, the next thing is your professional summary. We already talked about what that should look like. After your professional summary, the next thing is you can put a summary of your skills, just bullet points of your skills that are relevant to the kind of jobs in your field. You put them in there. After your skills, the next thing you want to see will be your experience, your work experience. Now, the name of the organization, when you worked there, you can put in an address for the organization just to give us an overview. You don't need the full address, just, Lagos, Nigeria, somewhere, Ghana, Accra, Ghana, anywhere, you just put it in there. Then after your work experience, after you put in the name of the organization, the dates, you then need to put in what you've done. You need to put in what you've done. So a summary of what you've done, it has to be summarized, because if I see that you've worked as a receptionist already, I have an idea of the things you did as a receptionist. I already have an idea. So writing a list of 30 things that you did as a receptionist is a waste of space and time. Just give us a summary of what your work covered. And then what you actually need to focus on that many people don't focus on is your achievements. What are your achievements on the role? Why would somebody look at this person and say that, oh my God, I want this person on my team? What were you able to achieve with the resources you had on that job? Then you put it in there. Then the next thing is, after your experience, then you can go into your educational background. So you put in where you studied, your university. If you've done maybe a master's, a PhD, you put it in there. Now, you also need to be wise about that. You can't be applying for an entry-level job and then displaying your PhD. Sometimes you need to take out that PhD so that you give yourself an opportunity to be able to get in. Sometimes you need to take out certain things. You have to be street smart. You need to take out certain things that will not help you if it's not relevant to the application. So we also have that. So put in the education qualifications that are relevant to the kind of jobs that you're looking for. Then after that, you have your professional certifications. Anyone that is relevant, you put it in there. And then you go ahead into You can put in some volunteer experience if you have. Sometimes for people that don't have a lot of experience, your volunteer experience can go into your work experience if you don't have a lot of experience. But if you have a lot of experience, you can separate it. So you put in that. In all of it, just ensure that you put in a brief summary of everything you did under each work role. For those that are putting in memberships, certifications, and all of that, you need to put in the awarding institution and the date. I see a lot of CVs, you put in, oh, I got the certification, you just write the name of the certificate. A certificate that is not recognized, nobody knows the awarding body, you need to put it in there. So that I can go and check online to see if it actually makes sense, if it's true that you did that. So you put that in there. And that's what a good framework looks like. You don't need references for most jobs, except it is otherwise specified. You don't need to put in your references. Your references will be supplied after you have been shortlisted. And you don't put in references because this is a time in history when data mining is a big thing. You don't just put people's numbers and email and their phone numbers and email addresses out there, right? So it's when they've said, okay, when a company has said, we would like to hire you, they will then tell you, okay, go back and get us a referee, get us somebody that can refer you. And many times it's usually just the email address that will be required of you, just the email address, not the phone number. So that's what a referee should look like. The next thing is make your experience stand out by quantifying your achievements. This is what many people do not know. I've already talked about it, but let me just explain it a bit, or let me just give you a practical situation. We talked about that receptionist the other time, right? And then you're looking for the job of a receptionist, and then you're writing under your work experience, you're writing, I used to make coffee, I used to clean the tables, I clean the chairs, I clean that. I can hire a housemaid to do that. Let me just get a housekeeper to do that. Why do I need to pay you 100K because you want to make tea and then clean the tables and do that? But begin to think of ways you actively contributed to your organization. So you were the receptionist, right? And then you were the one handling the schedule for your boss. Maybe you were handling the schedule for the let me see, for maybe the director of the organization. And then you can say something instead of just saying that I took records. I took records of people, of guests coming in and going out on a monthly basis. How about I reduced the waiting time of guests? I reduced waiting time of guests from 30 minutes to roughly 15 minutes by using a scheduling method that made the director's time in more effective. I don't know if you see that difference. I didn't just sit down there. They told me to take records of people coming in and going out. But instead, I noticed that people were always, people will come in and then they're waiting 30 minutes. So instead of them waiting 30 minutes, I began to say, okay, boss, can I tell you ahead of time who will be coming? I handled the schedule in such a way that the waiting time was reduced. That is what we are looking at. Now you're talking. Now somebody will sit there and say, oh my God, this person is excellent. So instead of sitting down and then you're on a sales role and you say, I am making of calls to clients, right? Why not tell us when I came on the job, we used to have on a monthly basis, only 10 people used to buy our products. But by changing the messaging of the emails I was typing, I was able to increase the number from 6 to 15 within 3 months. Who does not want that kind of stuff? Please, which one? Okay, I want you to even answer me right now. Which one would you hire? The person that says, I make 10 sales calls every month, or the person that says, by changing the messaging, I was able, A or B, what would you choose? A is, I make 20 calls a day. B is, I increase the number of paying clients by maybe 50% or 100%. Who are you going to hire? Of course, thank you, B. Okay, somebody says audio is off. All right, can anybody check for me? Is my audio off? I just got a message that my audio is off. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. So B is the answer. You will go for the second person because you can see value already. You need to learn how to sell your value, sell your benefits, sell the benefits of hiring you to somebody. It doesn't totally take out, what you did, because those things are also keywords that need to show, but you show what you did, and then you put your icing on your cake. Make sure that for every role you put the icing. Now, it's going to be very difficult for you to put the icing on the cake if you never thought in terms of the icing from the beginning. So on the job that you're doing now, begin to think, what are my benefits on this job? What is my contribution to this company? Do you know that there are some staff in certain companies that they cannot just let go of? Even when they behave funny, there are some people that, your boss cannot, if you have like a disagreement, there's a disagreement at work, right? There are some people that even if you are the one that was right, they'll tell you keep quiet because this person is valuable to this organization. Become a person of value. I remember that on the first training, somebody had mentioned the word value, and I said, I love that word. You need to begin to love the word value. What's my value? What's my value to this organization? Sometimes you need to sit down and ask yourself, what are the goals of my organization? What are the goals of the organization I work with? What will make my organization happy? Then how am I aligning to the goals of my organization? Or am I just sitting here, coming here, doing what they told me to do to get the salary? Become a person of value. And then finally, you also need, perception is everything, right? So already I said to you that you need to make your CV pop. You need to make it pop by using a framework, right? Put in just a little bit of color, a little bit. It doesn't mean that color is what will make somebody hire you, but the same way we like to see colors. Imagine if I came to this presentation and all of my slides are black and white, right? You get bored. But every time a picture is popping up, a new color is popping up, it kind of makes you happy, right? The same way you have somebody going through CVs. She's going through 100 CVs, right, for this job application. Imagine a big stack of black and white. Just put in a little. Now, don't overdo it. It's not a coloring book, right? But, just put something little to make it pop. Now, make sure you dot the I's and cross the T's. For every CV that I write, I rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite until it becomes beautiful. So you need to dot the I's and cross the T's. That's something that we also need to do. And you keep editing and editing and editing until it makes you happy, until you look at that CV and that CV is just, it's making you happy. There's something, it's giving you butterflies in your tummy. That's what your CV should look like. Now we move on to the next thing, which is LinkedIn, which is your LinkedIn. Yes. So for your LinkedIn, a good LinkedIn page should first is be active and up to date. Many of us have LinkedIn profiles that have been lying fallow for years. You need to go and make it active and up to date. Fill in all the information that you need to fill in there. We'll still talk about it, so let me just move fast. Now, if your LinkedIn page is good, it must suggest relevant career opportunities to you. If your CV, your LinkedIn page, you're not getting the kind of jobs that you're looking for, then your LinkedIn page is not properly set up. A LinkedIn page should be giving you suggestions in your field, the kind of jobs that you should be able to apply for. Not that you're working in education and then you're getting engineering jobs, or you're working in tech and you're getting jobs in fashion. It means that your page is not properly set up, and I'll show you how to properly set up your page. It should make it easy for you to apply for jobs with a click. It must be very easy for you to quickly click and apply for jobs. And then it should generate head-on opportunities. If you want to know how good your CV is, you must be getting inbox messages. People must be reaching out to you inbox from time to time. This might not happen immediately, but eventually it would happen. I was trying to get one of my friends on board. She's my friend and then a client of 360 Guide. I was hoping that she could do she could come and speak to us because I worked on her LinkedIn and her CV. And then, she just got a job. She was headhunted by an international organization and she was so excited. She was like, oh my God, they just came to my inbox. That is what your LinkedIn should look like. I get those inbox messages all the time. Like people come to my inbox and they're like, oh, I want you to do this for us and all of that. Sometimes it might not even be a job opportunity. It might be consulting. It might be, it might be a school opportunity, something related to your field. It might just be somebody from a school saying that, oh, we want you to come and take this course, right? Yes, it's a paid course. It's not like it's a scholarship, but it shows that your LinkedIn is properly set up. You have the right keywords in there. Now, how do you get your LinkedIn properly set up? The first thing is your professional headshot. Your LinkedIn profile picture should be clear, should be, take a picture with a good camera and good lighting. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go and spend maybe all the money to get into a studio. If you can, yes, please do get a professional headshot. But if you cannot, get a good phone. You can get a friend that has a very good phone, get good lighting, wear something that looks a bit corporate. It doesn't have to be very corporate. What I'm looking like in the frame right now could make a good profile picture. I'll just work on the lighting. If I'm somebody that does makeup, put a bit of makeup on your face. Look good. If you don't do makeup, just make sure your face is not oily. Something that people will look at and, they can picture you in their organization. You want to work in, the big organizations, right? Look at the picture that you're putting forward. Does that picture look like the picture of somebody that would work in that kind of organization? See, life is about perception. If you don't learn the game of perception, if you don't learn that game, you might not go as far as you really should. If you don't learn the game of perception, you will go far because value is important, but perception is everything. So you give value and then you show up. You give value and then you show up looking good. You show up looking good. So a professional headshot. The next thing is your headline. You need to master the art of a good headline. That headline should define you. It should give us an hint of where you're going. The headline is that one-liner that appears under your name. For those of us that are familiar with LinkedIn, I don't want to leave this screen. I don't want to leave the screen I'm on right now. So I would have shown you what the headline is on your LinkedIn. So it's just that one liner that says something about you. So some people will put in, their current job. So they can say something like operations manager or operations manager in a fintech, or whatever it is that you do, you can put it in there. Now, I want to teach you something that I think will be of great value to you. Your headline should capture your future. Your headline should capture where you intend to be, not your past. So if, for example, you're a banker, right? And then you're tired of the banking sector and you want to just break out into HR, you don't just say banker or banking officer at GTB, right? You put in there a banking officer with experience in HR. Do you understand? Banking officer with experience in human resources. It needs to, so they help people to see you in the light. You need to paint a picture for people. You need to paint the right picture for people to see. All right. So we move ahead. We keep moving. We need to move fast today. Now, the next thing is the about section. The about section is what I told you about, right? Where you share your mission, your vision, you share what you've done. Let me tell you the secret to the about section. Many recruiters that are headhunting may not read beyond your about section. Once somebody looks at your professional headshot, you look attractive, they look at your headline. They look at your headline. It's not, it looks like, oh, this is the kind of person we want. Then they immediately go to your about section, right? Once they look at your about section, Many people are not very likely to look in depth at the other sections. Some people might not, right? So your about section, you need to load it with value. Start with your vision, put in your mission, then put all the interesting things that have happened to you on your career journey, put it in there in your about section. And that is what will make your about section powerful. The next thing you need to do is a complete profile. Now, LinkedIn has, different sections, a lot of sections, right? So many things to fill. Go in there and fill everything. Go in there and fill everything until LinkedIn says that your profile is 100% complete. How many people in this room have a 100% complete LinkedIn profile? If you have a 100% complete LinkedIn profile, say yes. If you don't have it, say no. Let's see, let me see how many people. Let me take a demographic. Yes, somebody says yes. Thank you, Maruf. Okay, I see somebody says no. Some yes, some no. I see Kende Bello. Yes, I think you need to be sure. All right, if Ifeoluwa says no, Grace says no, no. I see many no's, many no's. So you know what you need to do right now. You know what you need to do right now. All right, so we move ahead. The next thing is the LinkedIn is a world of opportunities, like is a world of opportunities on its own. The next thing you need to do is your job alerts. Your job alerts. Many people don't even know that this one exists. You need to set your job alerts to the kind of jobs that you're looking for. Get the keywords of the kind of jobs that you're looking for, and then go and set alerts for those kind of jobs. When you set those alerts, LinkedIn will begin to suggest those kind of jobs to you. LinkedIn will start suggesting, once those kind of jobs pop up on LinkedIn, once anybody is advertising that kind of job, LinkedIn will send you that alert. Now you find job alerts under the job button. So there's a job button in your LinkedIn, and then that is where you find job alerts. All right, the next thing is your connections. You cannot be my friend. You can't be my friend. You can't be following Biolu and you will have only 100 contacts on your LinkedIn. That's not possible. So I'm giving you an assignment. Within the next 1 week, if you have less than 100 contacts on your LinkedIn, go and look for people to connect with. Go on LinkedIn, all your past school people, go and start connecting with them. Go and send them connection requests. You don't worry, I know you want to front, you want to show, you want to feel like, oh, I'm the boss, I'm not the one to reach out, right? You can form that one on Facebook, you can form that one on Instagram. On your LinkedIn, you need to connect with everybody connectable. And I'll tell you why. The reason is because it's not about that connection. Once you connect with somebody, LinkedIn gives you the opportunity it opens up that person's network to you. You don't know where the next recruiter, where the next person that is looking for someone will be. So don't close those opportunities on yourself. Don't close in those opportunities on yourself. Open the world of opportunities. All right, the next thing is your skills, the skills section. Update your skills, get as many skills as possible and fill them in. Now it's important. Sometimes you're wondering, okay, what if I don't have the skill? I'll just be putting in the skills. Put in all the skills that you have there, because your skills also serve as keywords. So when people are searching for certain things, sometimes people are searching for specific skills, right? So put in the skills there because it serves as keywords for people to search you out. The next thing is recommendations. Go on the recommendation section and ask people to recommend you. People you've worked with in the past. It doesn't have to be a boss. It can be a colleague. It can be a subordinate. It can be anybody. Get them to recommend you on LinkedIn. The easiest way to get a recommendation is you offering a recommendation. Scratch my back, scratch your back, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's the way it works. So for a start, over time, you become, as you get more and more valuable, people will recommend you without you even asking. So go ahead, ask people to recommend you, and then also recommend them on LinkedIn, right? So recommend, start from there, and then start building people. Then when you begin to get people of value in your field, maybe you attended a training, or maybe you paid, for example, for my for maybe my personal coaching or something, ask me to recommend you. If you've worked with a coach in the past, go and look for that person and ask the person to recommend you on LinkedIn, because people like to see, you know, what others are saying about you. And then finally, engage. Now, you cannot do all of these things and then you just leave your LinkedIn there. You need to begin to actively engage by making posts, by reacting to other people's posts. You make posts, you react to other people's posts, and that is how to engage on LinkedIn. Now, let's go to another part of the icing. See, all the ones, CV and LinkedIn that we talked about, that's like the white icing, right? Now, this is the color of the icing. Many people don't know these things I'm going to be talking about today. I did not even know them myself. I stumbled across them. I was searching, but thankfully, one way or the other, I stumbled across what a true job search should look like. Now, who is a good job seeker? You will tell me, I want you to listen, and then you tell me if you're a good job seeker. A good job seeker is deliberate. A good job seeker is deliberate. The next thing is determined. A good job seeker is determined. A good job seeker is dedicated to his job search. A good job seeker is diligent. And I'll show you something that people don't know. Searching for jobs is a full-time job on its own. If you think that you're a good job seeker, let me see you. Let me see you. I'm a good job seeker, or I need to improve. Yes, LinkedIn is work, Akwezi. Yes, LinkedIn is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But once you have it set up, it's fun, actually. The major thing you need to do is set it up. Once you've set it up, you're good. So Maruf says, he's a good job seeker. Victor says, I need to improve. Awesome. Awesome. Some people say, I need to improve. Tara says she needs to improve. I'm a good job seeker. Well done, Taki Ade. All right. Okay, I see. I need to improve. Somebody says, I'm crazy. Yes, I know you're a good job seeker. I've worked with you, and I know that you're a good job seeker. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so now we'll move forward, and I'll show you some of the things that you need to do. I'm just going to discuss 3 or 4 things here. The first thing is, when you're looking for jobs, you set a target for yourself. Any job is not a target. It's a tough one, right? It's a tough one, but you would not be able to measure your success if there were no goals in the first place. So what exactly, you should be able to define the kind of jobs that you're looking for. I'm looking for a job in education that, you know, is on the mainland and will pay me between 100 to 150K. I'm looking for a job in this field that will pay me this amount. You need to set a target for yourself. Now, setting a target, it shows you, you know, it's a vision on its own. It's a vision on its own. You know exactly what you're looking for. So when you're going on that journey, right, and you're finding when you're not yet where you want to be, you know, anything does not look like, a lot of people don't have a target for themselves, and then that's why they're all over the place. And they can never feel they can never get to that place of satisfaction. They're just all over the place. Apply for this one, apply for that one, apply for a virtual role, apply for a non-virtual role. You just apply for everything. Don't you get tired? Right? So set a target. Now, setting a target doesn't mean be rigid. 2 different things. A target is just a vision, and it shows you, a target will show you the things you need to get. It shows you what, you know, it gives you a reason. It fuels your passion, it fuels your drive. That is what it does. You know, there's an adage that says that you aim for the stars. And if you don't hit the stars, at least you land in the sky, right? So you aim for the stars. And if you don't reach the stars, at least you land in the sky, or you land in the cloud. You will not be where you started from. So even if you don't meet your target, you're closer to it. You're closer to it. But when you don't even have a target, you're just sitting everywhere. And then many times with no results. and then you're tired and you begin to blame the country, blame the people, blame the certificate, blame the motivational speakers, blame everybody. Set a target. And when you set a target, it helps you to do something. It helps you to organize. It helps you to organize. Now, how do you organize? When you have a target, right? You said, I want to get a job in education, 150K, mainland, right? Then where are the jobs on the mainland? You now begin to ask yourself the question, where can I get a job on the mainland? How? Okay, some jobs are advertised on LinkedIn. You write it down. LinkedIn is one of the places where I'm going to be looking at. The second place is referrals. Who are the people that I know that are working here, or whose mom do I know that has a school that is on the mainland? You write it down. Who are my friends that have worked? You write down the people you will reach out to. You write everything down. You write it down. You are not done with that job search until you've exhausted all your options. You set time for yourself. You remember that at the end of the first seminar, I told you that you need to set a thinking time for yourself every single day. You need to wake up, and it's preferable in the early hours of the morning. Wake up in the morning, you sit down, and then you ask yourself these questions. This job I'm looking for, where can I get it? Think, unleash your creativity. Unleash your creativity. The more you look outside, the more you find nothing. Look within you. Okay, where else can I get it? Okay, all these educational groups, there are people, these groups I belong to, there are school owners there. Okay, I need to focus. How do I get it there? How do I get it on those school groups? Oh, I need to begin to make posts that stand me out as a chemistry teacher. Oh, I need to make a video of me breaking down that concept in chemistry in a way that is easy. So I'll make that video and then I'll post it on the group. And then you post that video, you generate interest. And then some people reach out to you on the comment section. You don't go and sleep. You begin to reach out. Yes, I'm a chemistry teacher. Yes, this is what I do. I just want to, my dream. Share your dream with people that are reaching out to you. When you came here, I shared my dream with you. I'm building a community of professionals in Africa that are doing excellently well in their careers. Share your dream with people. And you're opening up opportunities for yourself. Organize for success. Write out your goals. Write out the places. Exhaust all your options. Unleash that creativity. I want you to unleash. I need you to unleash yourself. Stop looking outside. Stop looking outside. Look inwards. The energy that comes from inside you will push you further than the energy that is coming out from outside. Look inwards. What can I do? What else can I do? Who can I reach out to? Where are the jobs? The people, go and meet people that have gotten those kind of jobs and ask them, how did you get it? Many times you don't ask. Ask them, how did you get it? Organize for success. Part of organization, I'll show you one more thing. You need to keep track. You need to keep track. Now, I'm going to show you something interesting. And it's a track record of some jobs I applied for. This was about, was it 2 years ago or last year? Either 2 years ago or last year, that window. And how I kept track. Now, when I was keeping track, I had no intentions of using it, for a presentation. That was the secret I unlocked. You've applied for so many jobs. You cannot even remember which one you applied for, which one you did not apply for. I'll show you something, don't worry. You need to keep track of your applications, and I'll show you an example of how to do that. And then finally, you need to assess your progress. Because sometimes you're applying for these jobs, you're not calling your personal trinity. Your personal trinity is me, myself, and I. You're not calling me, myself, and I to sit down and say, okay, these jobs I've been applying for, why am I not getting called back? You need to sit down and assess yourself. It might look like, oh, you're putting all the work on me. Yes, because this is your life, this is your career. Nobody will do it for you. And it is this process that changes you. It is this process that reveals to you who you should be, what you need to do. It is this process that changes you. It changes you into a person of value, because now there is a vision when you set a target, because now there is a mission as you're organizing, and then you're keeping track. In the process of organizing, you're beginning to see, oh, most of these schools are asking for this certification. And then you find yourself going to get that certification in order to get your dream. Oh, they need somebody that has worked in this kind of school before. I've not worked in this kind of school, but I have a friend that is working as an HOD in this kind of school. So I'm going to be declining the transcription because I want people to focus on what I'm saying. All right, so you're focusing on, what was I saying now? Like, it's helping you to see what you need to do. And then you're becoming a person of value. You're focusing on getting the things that are lacking in your application. You're going to volunteer. You're going to volunteer, whether it's online or offline. Even if you don't have it, you're looking for an internship opportunity. You know what is lagging or what is lacking, and then you get it in. So like I promised, I said I was going to show you a track. So these are some of some jobs I applied for between the year 2020. You can see between March and August, I think. I just put in different ones in here. Okay, some of them 2020, some of them 2021. I covered the name of the company, of course, for confidentiality issues, right? And then you can see how I kept track. The date I applied, the scope, is it a local job? Is it an international job? The type of the job. Because now that's another thing. You're complaining, oh, I applied to 10 jobs. None of them even called me back. What kind of jobs did you apply for? Now I have 3 terms. It's called safety, fit, and reach. A safety job is a job that you are bigger than the job, right? I'm bigger than the job. That means that, for example, I have a PhD and I'm applying to work as a kindergarten teacher, right? So it's something that I can easily do. It's a safety job that they would want me. That's a safety job. The next one is a fit job. A fit job means that this is a job that I'm qualified for right now. It's the kind of job that my qualifications fit into right now. That's a fit job. Then a rich job. Sorry, trying to mute that person. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So a rich job, I don't know why, I'm trying to minimize, just a second. Yes. Now, a rich job is a job that you're aspiring to. You don't have all the qualifications yet. But you tried to reach it anyways, right? Now, the jobs I did not get, they are the ones I color-coded red, right? So you can see this color code red. August 2020, it's an international job and it is a rich job. You can see that I was rejected. Can you see that I was rejected, right? Here is another one, regional director for an international job, and I was rejected because I wasn't qualified, but I just wanted to try. Now, let me show you something. Many people would apply for 10 rich jobs, right? And then they would not, 10 rich jobs, and they will not get it, and then they'll start feeling frustrated. There are no jobs in Nigeria. There are no jobs. And you're complaining. Do you see where the issues are coming from? And you're feeling frustrated. Well, this one, when I wasn't called for the rich job, I knew that, okay, it's fine. So they sent me, this one sent me a message to say that, you know, I didn't qualify for the role and all of that. And that was fine by me. And now look at another thing that this thing will help you to do. I applied for this job in August 2020. I did not hear back from them until January 2021. Can you see when they made that decision? Can you see the length of time? But you applied for a job today, and then the next one was because they did not call you back. You're like, that one has gone. You've forgotten about it. Sometimes by the time they even call you back, you are not even actively on your email anymore because you're not expecting anything. So you need to begin to look at that. Look at another one, another international job, which is a rich job. You know, my CV was, sorry. Okay, this one, my CV was shortlisted, and eventually in January 2021 again, I was eventually rejected. So I must have gone for maybe an interview or something, and then eventually I was rejected. But you can see that it was a rich job, right? But I still got in. So you can see this one. This one is a fit to rich job. So it's a fit job, but it's a little bit above me, right? I got an offer and then the offer was retracted. So this one, there's a funny story around it. I was playing with the offer. So I got an offer and then I was asking for more. They increased the offer. Then I asked for more again because really I wasn't looking for a job. So during the conversation, I told them that, okay, if they were not going to increase it, I didn't want the offer anymore. And that was how the offer was retracted. So that was for that particular role. So you see how I'm keeping track of every job. What happened? You can see some of the offers here, doubled and declined. So I got the job and then my offer was doubled. I asked for double and then I declined the offer. Doubled and declined. Some of them, I did not go for the final interview. Some of them, I declined the final interview. You can see different ones, right? So you need to begin to create something like this for yourself. It doesn't have to be Excel, because I know some people are scared of Excel, right? It doesn't have to be Excel. It can be, you can get a book and, a book and jotter, and you keep track of your job applications so that you know how well you're doing. If everything you're now having is red, you need to call somebody. Call yourself and ask yourself, why am I getting a red? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? You need to know what is going on. And this list actually goes on and on. This is not the end of the list. So that you have an idea of what a job search should look like, right? Or who is getting something? If you're learning something, put learning. If you're learning something, put learning in the comment box. If you've learned something, just put learning. I've learned something today, put learning. Let me see before I go ahead. Or maybe I should go and redo my slides. Okay, I see that people are learning. Great job. I see many people are learning. Awesome. I see somebody raising a hand. Please just drop your question in the chat box and I'll try to look out for it. All right, so we're learning. Awesome, great one. Now the next thing is interview skills. This is one of my favorites. I love interviews, right? I love interviews. And I didn't like interviews. Like I've not always loved interviews. It used to be scary to me, just like so many people. Yes, because all these questions and everything like that. But I'm going to show you how to break down these questions, answer them the way that will make you stand out. Now, a good candidate that is being interviewed is one, resourceful. A good candidate is resourceful. A good candidate is prepared. A good candidate is composed. A good candidate is confident. And a good candidate is curious. And I'm going to explain all of this as we go on. Now, what makes a good candidate, or what makes a candidate stand out in an interview? The first thing is you must have studied the organization's vision and mission, and then you must find areas of alignment with your own vision and mission. Now, it looks simple, right? I know that many people, before you go for an interview, you would go on the organization's website, Abby, and then you read their vision and mission, and you feel like, okay. That's not it. You don't stop there. You read the vision, you read the mission, you understand it, and then you find where you fit. You find how you as a person can contribute to that vision and mission. You must find it. That is your X. You must find it. For every job you're applying for, you must sit down and say that, okay, what does this organization, they sell paper. This organization sells paper. And their mission is that they want to ensure that every child in the world has access to a book, right? That's their vision. And they do it by, producing the best quality paper, through recycling, through doing this, through doing that. Now look at yourself as a person. Do you have a passion for paper? Don't worry, you don't have to have a passion for everything. Your own job is just to find that thing that you have a passion for, right? And then learn to weave a story, a true story. I'm not saying a story that is not true, a true story. So you might not have the passion for paper or the passion for children, but you might have the passion for ensuring that excellence, that operations go smoothly. Maybe you're an operations manager and you want to ensure that operations, in any organization that you work in, they flow. There's a smooth flow of operations. So you can say something like, I've looked at your organization's vision and the vision to put paper or to put books in the hands of every child, right? And for you to be able to achieve that, you need an operations manager that would ensure that your operations, from sourcing of raw materials, that's from sourcing of paper to, from sourcing of paper to the logistics, that's moving them into the factories, to ensure that the factories are working, to ensure that all of these things are, you need an operations manager that can manage that kind of process at this level. And that is what I have. Do you see alignment? If a recruiter, will you not feel like hiring that person? Will you not feel like hiring that person versus the person that comes and says that I am an operations manager and I've worked in the sawmill before. I've worked in the sawmill, I'm operations manager. Can you see the subtle differences? You need to learn how to communicate your value. You need to learn how to show your value to the people that you're talking with. What can you do? Now, sometimes it's not just about studying a bunch of words. Sometimes you don't even have to read the vision and the mission. An organization is looking for a student recruiter, an international student recruiter. They want numbers. They want somebody that can get them students. So you don't just go there and say that, I know how to talk, I know how to make sales. Go there and tell them, within 3 weeks, or, I have access to these 3 top schools in Nigeria. I can get you into those schools. And when I get you into those schools, I can get you access to 100 students. Out of the 100 students, I'm able to get 3 students that would enroll. Then now you're talking. Now you're saying something. That is how to show that you align to the organization's vision and mission. The next thing is practice. Before you go for any interview, when you were in school, before you go for an exam, you practice, you will read, Abby, you practice, you do so many things. Why is it that you're going for an interview and you feel like you can just go for an interview and you do well? Many times you leave it till last minute. You actually need to sit down and practice. I have 5 common interview questions that I always suggest that people, I have 5 questions that you must have answers to before you walk into an interview. In fact, many of the questions that will be asked of you, they will be in variation with any of these 5 questions. The first question, like you already know, is let us meet you. Let us meet you. You cannot be blabbing on let us meet you. Now, let me quickly break down let us meet you. When they ask you, let us meet you, they're not asking you about how many husbands you have, the number of children you have, what local government area you're from. That's not what they're asking you. And they're not asking you to read out the content of your CV to them, like many people do. You go there, I'm a graduate of University of Ibadan. I studied engineering. We knew that before we shortlisted you. We saw it. We saw that. So why are you coming to read out to us what we already know? And then everybody is just yawning. That's how we've interviewed 5 candidates. I attended University of Ibadan. I'm a graduate. I'm interested in this field. We know that's why you are here, right? Usually, if you're a good storyteller, I usually say, tell a very short story that perfectly captures your career and why you want this role or why you ventured into this field. A short story. So my own story when I was in student recruitment would be like this. I knew very early that I wanted to be a teacher, or I wanted to be in the education space. So I studied a course that would enable me to teach. And I got out immediately, I got a lecturing position and I began to teach. But I soon noticed that I enjoyed being around students. I enjoyed communicating value, but the actual classroom teaching was not really my thing. So I began to look for other options in education. And it was in my search that I stumbled across the field of student recruitment. Now, the field of student recruitment gives me the opportunity to interact with young people, to give them guidance on their career path, and still to be able to exercise my sales skills, which I later discovered I'm actually very good at. How does that sound to you? I've sold myself, shown them that, see, you have a perfect combination for this role in a simple story. That's how we want to meet you. Stop blabbing, sit down. And before I was able to come up with this story, I had to, I refined it over, I kept refining it over and over and over again until I arrived at something that was of worth and of value. So sometimes you need to write out different answers until you reach one that easily you can tell. And after you said that, let me show you something. Oh God, oh my God. Thankfully, like I promised, there's a surprise for you at the end of this series. So just stay with me. At the end of this webinar, there's something surprising for you, because we actually need to go in depth. There are ways to measure. See, when you are in an interview, there are ways you can measure if the people that are interviewing you, they're interested in you. Their sitting posture. Now, if I tell all of you to put on your videos, I would know who is interested in what I'm saying and who is not interested. There's a way to know when you're speaking to somebody and the person is closer to the screen, in front of the screen, the person is interested in you. When the person takes this posture, the person is relaxed, and many times when you walk into an interview, you find many people relaxed, right? They're relaxed like this. When you begin to talk, anything you notice that brings them closer, hammer on that thing. Anything that makes anybody, come closer, or they ask you, or they begin to ask questions on that particular thing, begin to learn to hammer on it. It might not work for you immediately in that particular interview, but know that for a next similar role that you're interviewing for, you need to craft a story around that thing. I hope you're gaining something. If you're gaining value, say value. If you're gaining value, I want you to say value in the chat box. Yes. So you need to learn to know how to read people, What are they learning from? What is of interest to them? What is of interest to the person that is interviewing me? And then this is how you know. Interviewing is an art. It's an art. The more you do it, the more you learn. The more you get into it, the more you learn. And then very soon, you learn it so much that you now become a negotiator like I became. Oh my God, it's an awesome experience. When you go into that interview and then you are one of the roles that I recruited for recently was a role that I interviewed for, right? So I went in for an interview on that role, and then we spoke. After I told the person what I would do, they gave me an offer. I rejected the offer. Oh my God, I feel bad. I always feel bad when I say these things. So I rejected the offer eventually. But do you know that eventually I was able to refer another person, a client of mine, to the role because of the value I was able to communicate. So this person stayed in touch with me. We kept that relationship going. And I have many job roles like that I interviewed for. And I'm somebody like you. Don't think that there is anything. I did not study. I didn't study. I don't have a PhD in interview skills. I learned it from interviewing, from taking corrections from myself. We'll move ahead. Let's keep going. Now, this is another part that you've learned. You need to dress the part, walk the part, talk the part, leave no doubts. When you walk into that organization, leave no doubt that you are the perfectest, if there is any word like that, person for the role. If you need to get one suit, get it. If you need to get shoes that match, get it. You don't have to dress expensive, but dress clean, dress comfortable. Get there, dress the part, walk the part, talk the part, sit the part, watch your posture. Go there like I came to get my job. And you know what? When you go somewhere to get your job, there is a confidence, there is a smile of confidence on your face. Oh, don't lose that smile, because that smile reminds your recruiters that you are human and they are human too. Many people come in so serious to the interview tables. Nice recruiters would try to bring you out of your shell and make you relax. But sometimes, I don't even want you to be that needy. I'm the one trying to get you out of your shell. If I'm the one trying to get you out of your shell, I'll still be the one trying to help you, to teach you how to do your job. I want you to learn how to do, you should be able to do your job by yourself. So come in, sit down, make yourself comfortable and give us a smile. That smile of confidence that says, this is my job and I'm here to get it. Oh my. We keep moving. And the final thing is character and competence. Just like Sally reminded us, I don't joke with character. I don't joke with competence. I don't joke with the two. I'm not an icing coach. I'm not an all icing coach. We'll just do the LinkedIn, we'll do the CV. You need to be a person of character. Arrive early. No excuses. As in, absolutely no excuses. I'm not taking that excuse from you. You had how many days to prepare? You had how many days to prepare? Get there early. Ditch the excuses, arrive early. And don't only arrive early because, don't arrive early because it's an interview and you want to get the job. Arrive early because you are the kind of person that arrives early. I want to celebrate all the people that have attended all 3 of our webinars. Please, I want you to confirm in the chat box, have we ever started late? Have you come into this webinar at 4 p.m. on the dot and you did not meet anybody here? The slide was, we're not ready for you. No, because that is the culture at 360 Guide. You will not come to a 360 Guide webinar and then you will say, you would hear, we are waiting for others to join us. We don't wait for others to join us. We are the kind of people that arrive early. We are the kind of people that will prepare slides, whether it is a paid event or it's a non-paid event. That is our culture. What is your culture? I'm asking you this afternoon. What is your culture? I want you to answer that. What is your culture? My own culture is excellence. My own culture is punctuality. My own culture is effectiveness. My own culture is being prepared. My culture is diligence. Please answer in the chat box. What is your culture? What is your culture as a person? I want to see your culture. Yes, 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 yes. I want to see your culture. Thank you. Elder Kingsley says his culture is punctuality and competence. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. What is your culture? I'm waiting to see your culture. You're not sure. You're not sure. That is why you're not putting it in there. If you're sure of your culture, let me know what your culture is. Thank you. Dedication and commitment. Dedication and commitment. Wonderful one there. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. More people, please. What is your culture? What is your culture? Decency and innovation. Wonderful. Decency and innovation. Beautiful. And we need to see that in the things that you do. We need to see that in the things that you do. I'm not seeing so many responses. Thank you. Okay, they are coming in now. Punctuality, confidence. Thank you. Loyalty. Thank you so much. And commitment, diligence and discipline, commitment and dedication. Awesome. Awesome ones there. Excellence. Excellence. Diligence. Curiosity. Thank you. Excellence, punctuality. I love it. I love it. Professionalism. I love that. Commitment, solution. Yes, a creative problem solver. That is my culture. I see a problem, I begin to solve it. Awesome. Professionalism and diligence. Great one. And I'm spending time on this because I need you to begin to think, what does that look like? So what does that really look like? What does professionalism look like? What does it mean? A professional person will go all the way to ensure that certain things are in place. All the way. You need to go all the way to show your values. So when people see you, they'll say, oh, that guy, you know, there's this thing about this person. Creating solutions. Oh my, if you're a creative, a person that creates solutions can never lack ideas, can never lack a job. You can never lack a job. And I'm saying this because I'm a creative person too. I'm solution oriented. I've gone for an interview before where the person fixing the time was confused. So gave us, you know, the same time slots. And then I sat down respectfully. That's another thing. You don't go into an interview feeling like, you know, we're the ones that know. So even though I wasn't happy because I'd taken time off my work at the time to be at that place, I also ensured that, you know, I tried to help her. I tried to help her to reschedule. Okay, so this is the schedule, right? This is the mistake you made. This is okay. So this is the rescheduling. This is how we can make it work. It should reflect in the things that you do. It doesn't mean that you go there arrogant. No, I'm not a fan of arrogance. If you come in arrogant, you're not getting my job. And I will tell people that, you know, companies are recruiting. If there's any streak of arrogance, please let them go. I don't want issues, because arrogant people, they find it hard to work with other people. So if I see arrogance anywhere, you're out. All right, so those are some of the things that you look at. What's my values? How can I show my values? And after today, I would like you to sit down. These values that you've talked about, how do I show my value in everyday life? How do I show my value in an interview? What do I do to show my value? And there are times, you know, I talked about punctuality, for example. There are times that you may, for one reason or the other, for things beyond your control, you may not be able to show up. What do? Ahead of time. At least, you know, if it's a day ahead, immediately you know that this issue has come up and I will not be able to make it. Immediately you send a mail. Immediately you make a call to say that this is what has happened. Can I be rescheduled? Can I be rescheduled to this time? You immediately reach out. Immediately, you don't wait till last minute. If you're going to be late for work, it is not 10 minutes to that time that you got to know that you'll be late for work. The moment you were leaving your house, you already knew that you will be late. Whatever it takes for you to show your values, do it. That is what makes you a person of character, a person of high worth. Do more than is expected. If you're asked to prepare a presentation, go all the way. Don't do it shabbily. Don't do it shoddily. And submit ahead of time. If you were expected to submit it on Sunday, if the deadline is Sunday, don't submit Sunday evening. Submit it on Saturday. Submit early. Submit early. If you are not sure, send an email. Don't wait until you get to the next interview stage. You're now asking, I was not sure what you thought. Ask on time. Be proactive. Write out your values and ask, what will it look like? Paint scenarios and ask, in this scenario, what will my value look like? And this will make you a person of worth. All right. And then I think that is the end of our presentation today. Very quickly, let me just take a few reactions before I unveil something special that I have for you. Let me take, you know, how was that? How was that session for you? How was that session for you? Let me get your feedback. How was the session? How was the session? Did you learn something? What did you learn? How was it? How was it? How was it? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So very quickly, we move. Great one there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. So we're going to move ahead. Now, I'm unveiling this in a few weeks, precisely on the 3rd of September. I'm actually launching my online course. I'm launching an online course, How to Command Your Dream Salary with the Career Accelerator Combo. So it's an online course. It covers everything that we talked about today. So it covers it in depth. Like I'm going to hold your hand. You know, I'm going to actually take you on LinkedIn, show you the bio, show you how to do it, show you how to fix it. It has everything in there. Now the course, it's a course, like it's 5 standalone courses: personal branding, CV upgrade, LinkedIn optimization, how to job search skills, and then interview skills, right? So it's 5 courses, 5 different courses, but the combination is being sold for 80,000 Naira. On the launch date, this combination is going to be sold for 60,000 Naira on the 3rd of September. But this is not the real deal, right? My plan is I'm going to invite you to come to my launch. That's the launch of this course. I will need everybody here. just come and, just come and support me, come and celebrate me. I want you to be at the launch of this course. Whether you want to buy or not, I need you to be at the launch of this course. It's going to happen on Saturday, the 3rd of September. I'm going to be launching this course. I'm super excited because it's going to, this is me. This is 360 guide to the world, if I'll put it that way. So we are no longer keeping it in-house. We're no longer keeping it to the few people. This is us going all out. Yes, congratulations are in order. We're super excited and we're so happy to be doing this. Now, I told you to wait till the end, right? I told you to wait till the end. So yes, I know that many of you, I believe you're going to come. Who's going to come? Who's going to come to my online course launch? It's a virtual event like this. Thank you. It's a virtual event like this. I want to see who is going to come. Thank you, Elder Kingsley. Thank you. Who is coming? Thank you. Thank you. Sad said I should come to Pakistan. Thank you. I will be happy. I will be so happy to come. I'll chat you up, Sad. I'll chat you up. All right. Okay. Thank you. So I see many people who will be at my launch. Thank you so much. Now I have something special for all of you here, and I'll show you. Now, I would have failed. I started this session with a quote, and I said, men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. It is not enough for you to have come in here and then you take, you know what to do. Many of us know what to do, right? The question is, how many of us will immediately take action? It's a lot of things to get done. When we treated LinkedIn, somebody said LinkedIn is a lot of work. Yes, it is. And sometimes when you look at the enormity of the work in front of you, it becomes very difficult. And I know, right? Before this session, I checked out, we took demographics of people. When you were signing in for the first set of people that came in, we took demographics of the first 50 people that landed in the group to see how much people were earning and everything. And we realized that many people here are people that are either changing jobs or they don't even have a job at the moment and are trying to get into a job. And because of that, I don't want you to leave with just knowledge. I don't want you to leave this place with just knowledge, right? So I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to make you an offer just for being here. I'm making an exclusive offer just for being here. And this offer is only for people that are present here right now. All right. And this is it. Here is my offer to you. Who is excited? Let me see your drum roll. Drum roll if you're excited about the offer. Let me see. Drum roll. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I don't even know why I'm doing this myself. Yes, I see your excitement. Drum roll. Thank you. Oh, I'm taking those roses. I love them. I love the roses. Awesome. Let's keep moving. So here's my offer. My offer to you is this. I don't want to just give you the career acceleration combo. So for the launching of the course, right? For the first set of people that will be buying on the launch date, I'm actually offering them this combination and I'll show you. So on that day, they're going to have the career acceleration combination. They are going to have the free career assessment template. Now, I'm going to explain what each of this means. The career acceleration combo is the online course. And the online course covers CV writing from beginning to end. For those that did my CV writing course, that did the free course in 2020, you remember it was a 5-part series, 5 parts, and we broke down everything. I taught them how to do everything, where to get everything from. So it's going to contain that. You have the LinkedIn optimization. It will take you through your LinkedIn, how to optimize it, how to set up everything step by step using a dummy LinkedIn account to do that. So that's for the LinkedIn. The third one is job search skills. And I'm going to be giving you templates, how to create your Excel sheet, how to track it, everything you need to do on job search, how to reach out. It has a template for reaching out to people in your network. Everything is right in there. Then interview skills, how to answer the 5 common questions, broken down step by step. And then finally, personal branding. So you as a brand, who are you discovering yourself? You're going to learn all of that in the Career Acceleration Combo. It's 80,000 Naira. Now, the next thing is the free career assessment template. So we have a template that you use to assess yourself, and then you're going to get that. It's 10,000 Naira. It's also in there in that combination. The next thing is a 30 minutes consultation. So anybody that is getting this would have a free 30 minutes consultation, which costs 50,000 Naira. Now, also for the first cohort, now the online course is designed to run by itself. So it will just run by itself, right? So for people on the online course, it's they're going to have 4 weeks of group coaching sessions. So 4 weeks of group coaching sessions. So every Saturday like this, after you've taken one part of the course, we gather together, I look through your documents, I give you, I make corrections and all of that in 4 weeks. So that's what the group coaching sessions will look like. And then the total of all of this is actually 200,000 Naira. I'm making you an offer, remember, just wait. Now, we also have people that are professionals in the house. They're not looking for jobs. They have good jobs, but they want to advance in their careers. So they might not like the group coaching session, the group sessions. You want something exclusive to yourself. So for these people, we have the Career Acceleration Combo also, which is 80,000 Naira, a free career assessment template, 10,000 Naira, 5 individual sessions for 5 weeks, which costs 250,000 Naira. Then we have a personalized CV and LinkedIn upgrade. That means I will be the one doing your CV. I will be the one working on your LinkedIn. It costs 60,000 Naira for the 2. Then we have one-on-one guidance on your next job application. So when I take people through a high net worth job application, it costs 100,000 Naira, right? Now, all of this costs 500,000 Naira. Now, here is my offer to you. And this offer is ending like tonight. I'm opening up, I'm expecting 20 people. I'm expecting just 20 people on the, as the first cohort for my launch. So instead of giving out the 20 slots on the day of the launch, I'm opening up 10 slots right now. 10 slots for people. So if you're taking the group coaching session, and I'm especially opening this up for people that are in the process of looking for a job, or the job you have is not quite good, and then you want to get something, you're trying to get something better. I know that you might not be able to afford to pay 200,000 Naira, or you might not be able to afford to pay 80,000 Naira for the course. So here's my offer to you. Don't pay 200,000 Naira. Right now, before the end of today, pay 5,000 Naira. And then once you make that payment, I'm going to give you all of this. I'm going to put you on the list for the online course launch, and then we'll start together on the 3rd of September. Immediately you'll be put in a group. We start you book your consultation with me. We have it during the course of the week, and then we move forward. 10 people only. 10 people only. 10 people only. I'm going to share the account number with you immediately after, and then you put it in there. It is only for 10 people. Now, for the other people that are working, I'm not even supposed to reduce anything for you. Like, you should actually be paying the full amount for the career acceleration course, but I'm still also going to give you a discount because it will be unfair. It's not your fault that you have a job, right? So I'm going to ask you to pay 50,000 Naira only for this full package. For this full package, 50,000 Naira only. I'm going to share the account details very shortly. And what I want you to do is, if you're taking up the offer, I just want to see how many people are taking it up. Just take a number now. If you're taking up this offer, take a number. Taria will be on the WhatsApp group. Taria, are you able to get on the WhatsApp group, please? Can you confirm if you're able to get on the WhatsApp group? Okay, somebody's already taking a number. Someone has taken number already. Okay, yes. So just 10 people, please. Taria, please, I'm going to share the account details Let them pay 5,000 naira today. And once they pay, just send them the link into the group. Send them the link into the group. Once you see their evidence of payment, so you share your evidence of payment with Taria, and then she will give you the link. Please send the link to them privately so that people that have not paid will not get in. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. So please, the 5,000 naira, if you're paying, get your number, get on your phone, make the payments before 12. Somebody wants to take the offer for his sister. Is your sister here? Is your sister here? You can pay for your sister if you want to, please. Your sister is not here. Okay, if we have slots after, if we have extra slots, I'll reach out to you so that you can make that payment for your sister. But I always want the person to be here because you might not understand the value. You might not understand the value if you're not here. That's the issue. You might not understand the value if you're not here. But it's okay. I'll discuss with you after that concerning your sister. I'm going to give your sister, let your sister go and watch. Tell your sister to go and watch 1, 2, and 3. Let your sister watch the first video, the second video, and this video. And then if she's still interested, you can reach out to me privately, only for you, please. So please, once you make that payment, send evidence of payment to the group right now, or you can send it privately to Taria, and she will send you the link to join the group. And then immediately you begin to book your 30-minute consultation. And then, of course, the course is not going to go live until the 3rd of September so that everybody can start all together. Now, for those that are already career professionals and you need one-on-one guidance, you're going to be getting this. On the launch day, the course is going for 60,000 naira, but you are going to be getting this for 500,000 naira. And let me tell you something, the one-on-one guidance on job application is only for people in this group. So if you don't take up this offer, if you don't take it up today, the one-on-one guidance on job application is off the table. That means you'll be paying 60,000 naira alongside other people on the job. Now, let me tell you the benefits. Okay, I'm sharing the account number right now. And when I'm sharing the account details, I'm going to share with you why I think you need to take up this offer, right? Now, beyond everything we've done, right? I know that many of us have the desire to get things done. I've always wanted to do so many things in my life. I've always wanted to, get acceleration on my career, get a better pay, get a better offer. I've always wanted to do all these things. The desire has been there, but there are so many distractions in the world, such that if you don't actively apply yourself to a place, to a company of people that are doing the same thing, you might never get the things you want to get done. You might never get them done. And what happens, and this is what I don't want to happen to you, it is better you did not attend all this series than for you to attend this series and 5 years down the line, you look back and you've not improved, like nothing has improved. It will be worse. It's better for you not to have come at all. It would be better for you not to have come for this 3 webinar series than for you to come and at the end of the day, you've come and then you're not getting, your life has not improved. And on this note, let me look into the chat box. Let me see if I can find some of my old clients. Let me see if I have any old clients. I saw Aboduri earlier. Aboduri is still here. Aboduri, please, can you unmute and then just share your experience at 360 Guide, the work on your CV, your job search and everything. Can you please just unmute and share with people so that they know that it's not just about, it's not just about I listened to a webinar or something, but what's the value? Are you there? If you're there, please unmute and speak. Is Aboduri here? Okay, let me keep looking for other people. Let me see who else is here. A past client that is here. Any past clients?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, how are you? Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon. We can hear you.
Okay, great. So which part of my experience would you like for me to share?
Any parts. Any parts.
Okay. Well, Bolu is not only a client, she's a good friend. And I can say, funny enough, we started out on our career journey together. But at one point, I reached out to her to like help me revamp my CV. And I mean, the experience was amazing. The outcome of the CV revamp was also amazing. I remember when we did a CV revamp, I was actually looking for jobs outside the country, and I got a few interviews. The only reason I did not make it through was because I was outside the countries I was looking for opportunity for. But I mean, the CV review experience was amazing. She would literally call you to understand what each experience was all about in order to help you carve a, how do I put it, an eye-catching word for it, to an extent that if a recruiter sees your CV, they just cannot ignore. And it's just not about the CV. Everything she said is super relevant. Thankfully, in my career, I've been in a place where I interviewed somebody, I saw a perfectly crafted CV, but when I interviewed the person, it was a no-no for me. So where Bolu's expertise is there to help you revamp your CV, guide you through the job application, through your LinkedIn profile and all of that, you also have to do the work. And as a friend, Bolu is there to help you. Ask any question at all. You will get value for engaging with her for what she's offering. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. I didn't tell her she will be speaking. I just seen her in the comment box, and I wanted her to give that feedback. Let me see who else I'm putting on the spot. I hope they did not run away. Hope you've not run away. Let me see who else I've worked with. Yes, I've worked with Mr. Rumide before. So Mr. Rumide, please, can you unmute and share what your experience was like? I hope you're in a good place to talk. What was your CV experience like? We did CV, we did clarity session. I remember that. Tell us about your clarity session if you're there, Mr. Rumide.
All right, good evening, everybody. Well, thank you for putting me on the spot. I had to rush from what I'm doing to pick up my phone. Well, thank you. The clarity section was amazing. I can tell you it was like 0 to 100, you know, moving from 0 to 100. And she talked about LinkedIn. I tell you, virtually every week, the amount of connections I have on my LinkedIn by virtue of the clarity section is amazing. I've gotten some offers that I actually turned down. You know, I'm not told that this. I'm just saying this now so that you hear. I've turned down some offers due to some reasons and the likes like that, and I'm still expecting some other one. The CV revamp was awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you.
All right, so sorry about that. Somebody just told me I'm muted. Thank you so much. Okay, so as I was saying, yes. I'm sorry for putting my friends on the spot. Thank you so much for speaking here tonight. Thank you for speaking tonight. But what I wanted to show you is that the two people that spoke today, they are professionals in their field. One person is a facility manager, is a certified PMP expert, and then is a senior professional in his field, right? And the other person is also a senior professional in our own field, but they needed that hand holding. It doesn't mean that they don't know what they are doing, but we are so busy. We are so busy. We know what to do. We have an idea of what to do, but many times we forget. Or we just, there's just this to attend to, that to attend to. And that is why I decided that, you know what, let me open up these 10 slots for people that have been with me these 3 weeks, right? And I hope that those slots are all filled right now. Now we're going back into our presentation. I want to take your questions. Your feedback, your comments. I just want to hear from you tonight before we round up. And before we do that, let me first say thank you. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that has been on this 3-week journey with me. It's been awesome. You brought out things on the inside of me that were sleeping. In the process of trying to make money, there are so many things we have to do. I have staff to pay. I have so many things to do. Many times, even the vision will be as if the vision is going to sleep. And by the time we finish the first session, you woke up that vision, that passion, that drive on the inside of me again. And I want to say a very big thank you. And because of you, the Step Up Like a Pro series is here to stay. The Step Up Like, who is excited? The Step Up Like a Pro series is here to stay. I'm going to ensure that I keep doing this, even if it is once or twice a year. I would ensure that we have Step Up Like a Pro once or twice every year for more and more people to get on board. And I'm also looking at, other activities like this so that people can come in and learn. Already, I promised you the one on opportunities. I'll look for a suitable time. I hope you would attend, though. I hope you would attend if I invite you to come for the session, talking about different levels of awareness to opportunity and how to maximize opportunities. Now it's time to take your questions. I want to hear from people today. Every time you're always muted. I want to hear from people today. So I'm going to be calling you one after the other. If you have anything, I can see questions already. Okay, I'll answer the ones in the chat box, and then we'll take some people can speak. If you have anything to say, just raise your hand and then I'll call you. But while we're waiting for that, let me take a few questions. So Sally is asking, how can an applicant respond to the question on available? Do you mean that when are you available, your availability? Please, I need you to clarify the question for me. Available, please clarify the question for me. All right, thank you, Maruf. He says, awesome and interactive session. Thank you. Okay, you heard me say that people should have different CVs for different job applications. Okay, I've heard people say, have different CVs for different job applications. What's my advice on this? Okay, so I'm going to answer it this way. I'm going to answer it very carefully. You should have your major CV, right? You have one major CV. There are times you might need to tweak one or two things to apply for some specific roles. But if you have a clear mission and a vision, many times your job, the kind of jobs you're applying for, they will be in line with your vision and mission. So you don't need to be writing one CV that for tech, one CV for this, one CV for that. But if you're in that place where you're still considering different options, right, then you might need to have a different CV for different things that you're considering. But for most people, if you're working with me and you're building a career intentionally, you would have one major CV. Once in a while, you might tweak that CV to fit into what you want to do, but it's usually one major CV for me. But if you're looking at different things, right, then you can do different CVs. Then another reason why people do different CVs is because of destination. So I remember, for example, Abodrin that spoke, she was applying to, she had some applications in Canada, right? So we had to do, there's a certain way Canadian CVs look. So we had to do a separate CV, a Canadian CV for her, and then a Nigerian CV, right? So in certain cases, it might be a bit different. But on a general note, if you're looking for the same jobs in the same location, one good CV is okay for you. Then the second question is, while preparing for an interview, what should one prepare for if the recruitment is conducted by a consultant and not the organization that requires the role? The same thing. be prepared. Always over-prepare. So don't say that because it's a consultant, I'll just go there and then I'll not do it so well. Always leave an impression. See, the impression you're leaving goes beyond who you are right now. It goes beyond the opportunity in front of you. I told you about an interview I went for. I didn't take off the job, but eventually it was my company that recruited for that role. Do you understand? So the recruiter, if you think that, oh, it's just a consultant that is conducting the interview, right? So let me just go and flex, all these recruiters, and you just go there and flex. You might get the job, you might not get the job, but the impression that you've left on that consultant, that's the impression the person has about you for life. There are people that you come in for an interview, you don't fit the role, but I'm like, no, I need to keep this person in my circles. I invited somebody. Yes, there was somebody I invited. I told her to get on this call. I'm trying to see if she's here. Joy, if you're here, please let me know. If you're here, Joy, please just type in the comment section. Let me know you're there. So Joy was not my client per se, but Joy is somebody that I met her and I just felt like, oh my God, I like this person's personality. I like her drive. And then a job came up sometime and it just fits Joy's personality, right? And immediately I called on Joy and she resumed on that job just recently. So you can imagine that. What impression are you leaving on the people that you're meeting every single day? So always put your best foot forward, no matter what it is you're doing. Imagine myself saying that, oh, for this session now, it's a free session. So because of that, I won't really prepare. Or I won't do slides. I won't do this. I won't do that. Do you see that? So always put your best foot forward. The 5 basic interview questions. Okay, the first one is you need to follow my page. You need to follow me on Instagram, please. Follow me everywhere. Follow me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. We will put out the links to follow me, please. Make sure you're following on every platform. And I'll tell you the reason. I do these videos from time to time that has all these questions and how to answer them. So the 5 questions, number 1 is, can you tell us who you are? Number 2 is, sorry. I did not see the. Okay, so number 1 is, can we meet you or who you are? Number 2 is, I always advise that you prepare for this question. Tell us about a challenging situation. Tell us about a challenging situation and how you overcame it. Number 3 is, why do you think you're the best fit for this role? Why do you think you're the best person for this role? Number 4 is your salary expectations. Number 5 is, how did you hear about this role? So 5 questions that you need to prepare for. There are other ones that if you take the course, for those that will be taking the course, I will take you through it. But those 5 questions, always prepare for them and then make the preparation specific to every interview that you're attending, okay? Thank you, Kazim. Kazim says, I appreciate all the sacrifice that I've made in putting all of this together. It's my pleasure. It's also me fulfilling my dreams, my vision. I'm so happy to be doing this. And I'm so happy that you've honored the invitation. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks to everybody that invited their friends. Oh my God, you're super amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, when are you available to start the job? So you need to be honest with them. When are you available to start the job? So for example, if you're available in a month's time, that is dependent on the notice period you need to give to your employer. So if on your current job, you've agreed with your employer that it is a 1-month notice, then you can tell the new employer that, okay, maybe you'll be available in maybe 6 weeks so that you can have at least a 2-week break to cool off before you start a new job. So you can ask that, but you also need to be careful. So if, for example, the role says that they need to fill in the position immediately, so you need to also put that into consideration. So you can say something like, oh, I noticed that you need somebody to fill in this role immediately, but I need to give this notice period to my organization. If you have leave days, for example, you can tell them, however, I have leave days I can take, so I may be able to resume. I can take 2 weeks of my leave and resume a bit earlier. So those are some of the ways you can answer so that you don't shoot yourself in the leg, okay? Please, once I answer your question, if you feel like they've been satisfactorily answered, let me know. If you have further questions, let me know, because I really want to answer our questions today. All right, so how do we answer the question, what do you expect us to pay you? I see, this is one of my favorite questions. Now, when you know your worth, it is not hard to know. So the first thing you want to do is what is the general payment, for this role? What is the general payment structure for this role? So for example, we know how much teachers are paid, right? We know if it's a neighborhood school, we know. If it is a school that has, a bit of, grade and class, we know. We know if it's an international school, you have an idea already. So look at what that idea is, right? Look at the general idea, and then look at what will make you happy as a person, right? What will make you happy as a person? So if, for example, you feel like this role should pay you 200,000 naira, right? But what will really make me happy is 250,000 naira, right? Then you give a range. So I'm okay with between 200 and 250. Now, before you go for that interview, make sure you do your research. Ask people that are working within that field. Now, you also need to be careful. Many people don't like to share how much they are earning, right? So you need to ask, you're wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove. So what you do is you ask wisely. So you can ask that, oh, how much are people? Don't go and attack somebody and say, how much are you earning? So how much do you think your school generally pays, for this role? Be as specific as, don't ask somebody how much are you paying, right? So you can ask that. You can even do a poll on your LinkedIn. Just do a poll on LinkedIn and say, oh, I'm considering a job in this particular field. Can we have an anonymous, or can you help me put in what people are being paid? You can ask in the groups that you belong to. You see what I talked about, network, right? Your network is your net worth. So you begin to ask. Remember, we talked about mentorship. So if you have a mentor in the field, your mentor is your best bet. Your mentor knows how much people are earning. So you ask your mentor, and your mentor will be able to tell you. So I'm giving you so many options of knowing how much people can earn, right? So you have an idea, then you give a range. But sometimes also, don't give a range that you will regret. That's another thing. Because all of us, everybody wants to, who does not want to earn 1 million naira here? We all want to earn 1 million naira per month. We all want to earn 2.5 million per month. We all want to earn 5 million naira per month, right? But we also know that if I go for this job, if they offer me 500,000, it will make me happy, right? If 500,000 naira will make you happy and very happy, right? Don't go and set something that is unrealistic for yourself and shoot yourself in the leg. So what I will usually do is this. Once I've learned how much people are paying in the field and I put how much I really want to earn, I always tell people that sometimes I tell them that I'm open for negotiation. I tell them that, okay, so this is how much I'm looking at, based on what I feel, but I'm also open for negotiation in terms of other benefits. So that's you opening up the conversation. So you're not putting yourself as a total write-off on that question. All right, I hope you gain value from there. I'll take a few more questions. I'm actually getting tired. I had a party. We're finishing late today. It's already past 6. Should we end it now? Should we end it now? It's already past 6. Can we take, okay, you know what we can do? Let's take all the questions and then we take them to the group. Let's take the questions to the group and I would ensure that I answer all the questions on the group. Let's take the questions to the group. Let me see what people are saying. All right. Sad, I know that you're on the group. So please just copy the question right now and make sure you paste it on the group. All right. Let me know if you've gotten value from this series. Let me know how you feel. 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 Is there anybody that wants to say something before we end? Just one person or two people that want to say something. Two people that want to say something. I really want to answer all the questions, but I know that there are people that, that's trying to stay till the end. I promise that we would end at 6 and I don't want to delay us. All right. You're not in the group. Uh-oh. If you're not in the group, reach out to the person that sent you the invite for the link to the group. All right. Thank you, Tosin. Tosin says it's been really enlightening. I love you too. I love you too. Sally says she feels empowered. Yes, 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 let's go. Yes, let's go. And even for those that did not pay or have not paid, even if you did not make it to the 10 people that are getting on the program, please don't go to bed. Don't go and sleep. Don't go and sleep. Ensure that you take action immediately. Take action immediately. And with this, we've come to the end of the Step Up Like a Pro series. Celebrate, celebrate. I want to unmute and say something as you're leaving. I want you to unmute and say something as you're leaving. You're welcome.
Thank you for the
You're
session.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you for staying to the end. I'm so happy. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sally. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome, awesome 3 weeks. Awesome sessions. Awesome sessions back to back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I still see people chatting. Thank you. Thank you, Toluwanimi. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the session. Well
You're
appreciated.
welcome. If you're on the group, the link to access the earlier sessions will be shared so that you can watch them. The link for the earlier sessions will be shared on the group so that you can watch them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. And with this, I'm going to be counting down and ending the session. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,